Hiya, my name's Fraser-Hardwick, and for my dissertation this year, I talked about how nostalgia may be ruining the Star Wars franchise. However, in this video, I'd like to go over some of the aspects of the Star Wars games that have been created in the past couple years. A game that I'd like to look into is LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga. In this game, you play through every single Star Wars trilogy that has been released in film, but in LEGO form. There have been other LEGO Star Wars games in the past, but the last one I personally played entirely being LEGO Star Wars 3 The Clone Wars. This was, as said, based in the Clone Wars era and was based on the cartoon show. One of the first aspects I want to talk about in nostalgia form is in the classic LEGO Star Wars games, you didn't actually hear your characters talk, it was all just mumbled. However, they brought that back in a new cheat code called Mumble Mode, where in the past, characters would mumble and be a bit more physical with their comedy and actions. Now they can actually talk to the player and talk about things, adding a new level of comedy. With these new talking characters telling the same Star Wars story, but with a bit of a different LEGO comedy twist that most LEGO games have. However, with talking characters as one big change, another one is the new shooter and lightsaber mechanics. A lot of old Star Wars games used to be a lot more hack and slash, where in this Star Wars game is more focused on precise timing, accurate shooting, and perfect blocking like we see in most third-person hack and slash or shooter games nowadays. And as Palpatine said,
Price, to be sure, but a welcome one.
This doesn't change too much from the LEGO Star Wars enjoyment experience at all. It's very welcome. As well as this, they have increased the amount of depth into these mechanics as well, with now perks and class systems for each character you come across. Although all these new mechanics are welcome to the new games, I don't feel like it helps with the nostalgia trip that a lot of people were hoping for. This is because AAA titles now tend to go through a project of adding more side quests in or collectibles into their game to make the game seem like it has a lot more content. However, doing this in the Skywalker Saga means that there was less time to make the actual levels of the game that made the original so fun. So I would say it is a nostalgia trip, although I wouldn't buy the game if you're looking for a game with a lot of different and diverse content. The game keeps humble to the original and its previous predecessors. However, due to AAA titles now having to have a certain hour length of content in their games to make it seem more playable, the game feels like it's unfinished in some areas. And for the Star Wars franchise as a whole, this nostalgia will bring people back into their games. However, that still doesn't determine whether the game is good or not. Meaning nostalgia isn't really ruining the Star Wars franchise. However, it's the only thing that really has its fan base coming back to it.